Hey everyone, NWA Prepper here. So today, I'm actually going to make a couple of videos, at least two, maybe three, that have been in the works for several days, several weeks actually. I have not made a video in days and days and days and days. But what I want to talk today about is something that hit me in the store the other day. I was in one of my normal loops. I say that it wasn't a normal loop, but it was one of those normal places. Atwood's, Tractor Supply, Lowe's, Home Depot, one of those places. And I got just something hit me that I needed to start thinking of lubrication, keeping things moving. And that started with a problem with my truck, that one of the parts has a chronic issue in that make and model of there not being enough lubrication on the top of the pistons and the cams and all that stuff that I don't know much about. So, but what that made me do is that one of the solutions was to put in a little bit thicker oil, and or a little bit, not straight. Anyway, whatever. It made me think about it, and so I picked up, and I am on cinematic mode, so you cannot see that is store brand 10W40. It's just an all season motor oil that I always have a little. I like military aircraft. I like to watch them. So it's just something that I always have 3 or 4 or 5 extra quarts of oil for each of our vehicles. But then I got to thinking that's one oil change. And so I really needed to step up my lubricants. And so I bought the cheap stuff. If I go to an oil change place, then I use pretty much the same stuff I did last time. But for this was on sale. And it's a store brand from one of the stores that I like. This one is from Ursuline's Farm and Home. So from Ursuline's. So I picked up, I ended up buying about a half a case with the intentions of the next time they go on sale, I'm going to buy the rest of the case. And so while I was there, then that got me to thinking that I need, there are other kind of lubricants that are important in my life, one of which is bar and chain oil. Now, some people use old motor oil in their chainsaws, and I'm not against that, but I haven't been collecting it. And so until that happens, I bought, and again, this brand of oil products were on sale. So I bought a half a case of these chainsaw bar and chain oil. I don't do a huge amount of chainsaw work, but when I do, I definitely need to have all the items that I need to make it work. The same thing, here's some 2-cycle oil. I usually have lots of this around. Again, it was on sale, and so they were having a lubricant sale. So that was kind of what prompted me to pay attention. And so I got a few of these. And then I started thinking, what other lubricants do I use? And I use this one quite a bit. It's just good old WD-40, a spray lubricant that I have a couple little cans, but I decided to step it up and get a bigger can. And then that same thing is, I like this 3-in-1 oil. The brand, I'm not a brand snob really, but the 3-in-1 oil or the multi-purpose oils, you can see it's a pretty light oil. I mean, that's actually the color of the oil in there. And it's good for some tools. Not necessarily air tools, there's a special oil for that. But since I don't have any air tools, or only one, I don't need a lot of oil, but this is great for door hinges, for parts and pieces. You know, it's a pretty good thing to keep your tools lubricated. PJ did a thing on bikes. This is real good for bikes. If you're not a Patreon follower of Joe Fox's Viking Preparedness, you should be. As well as you should be an NWA Prepper Patreon person. But, so it may have been a Patreon video, so I'm not going to tell you anything else about what he said. But then I saw another thing, again, this same brand, this Country Tough, was on sale, and I'll come back to you after that lawnmower passes. I'm almost done, so I'll just finish up. And this here, again, this was on sale, and this is just some lithium grease, all-purpose, for lubricating your vehicles. It fits in a grease gun, put it on the certs, fill it up. In addition to a whole lot of other things. But this was a good price. Again, that's where I got it. And so I bought lubricants. I spent my whole prepping budget on lubrication for tools I already have, vehicles I already have, so that I can maintain them and keep them going as long as I can. It's very important to have, and it's something that if you're not super mechanically minded, you forget about sometimes. So get out there and make sure you have what it takes to keep your metal parts moving and a-doing. Thanks for being here, and let's get ready.